Hello everyone, welcome to year 2026 and to the brand new episode of Pastry here at News9 with me, Sakshi Litoriya. A lot has already unfolded in year 2026. Let me first take you towards our segment Nostalgia Nuggets. Here's a tale for you that you must be interested in knowing. In today's age of instant leaks, fan theories and social media spoilers, it almost feels impossible for a big movie secret to survive until release date, right? Yet for more than a decade, Marvel Studios has managed to pull off surprise after surprise, leaving audiences gasping in theaters and lighting up the internet only after the final credits roll. The secret behind that success is not just clever storytelling or massive budgets, but an almost unbelievable level of secrecy that extends even to the people starring in the films. On a Marvel set, actors often walk in without knowing the full story they are helping to tell. Now, scripts are tightly controlled, sometimes even incomplete, and in many cases it was deliberately misleading too. Actors may receive only their own scenes, stripped of context, while crucial plot details also removed or altered. In some of the productions, the pages are watermarked, digitally locked, and even self-destruct after a certain time, all to prevent the leaks. For performers used to reading a full script and understanding their character's emotional journey, this can feel disorienting, but it has become standard practice in Marvel's machine. This extreme approach grew out of necessity. As the Marvel Cinematic Universe expanded, the audience grew not just in size, but in curiosity too. Fans dissected trailers frame by frame, hunted for clues on social media, and treated every interview like an interrogation. One careless comment could undo years of planning. Actors like Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo, both famously enthusiastic and unintentionally revealing in interviews, became symbols of how difficult it was to keep secrets in such a connected world. Rather than trying to silence its cast, Marvel changed the rules of this game. During the production of Avengers Endgame, secrecy reached a whole new level. Multiple endings were filmed, some of which were in fact designed purely to mislead. Cast members have since admitted they did not know which version would make it into the final cut. Even major emotional moments were sometimes shot without actors fully understanding their significance in it. In scenes heavy with visual effects, performers acted in front of green screens with little idea of who they were fighting or what the final environment would actually look like. The real story came together later in editing rooms far away from the prying eyes. Perhaps the most fascinating result of this secrecy is how it affects performances. When actors are genuinely unsure of what's coming next, their reactions can feel more real. Surprise, confusion, or shock on screen sometimes mirrors what the performer is feeling in that very moment. In interviews after the films are released, actors have spoken about discovering major plot twists at premieres, sitting alongside fans and experiencing the story as part of the audience for the very first time. In a strange way, Marvel turned its own cast into their viewers. This culture of secrecy has now become part of Marvel's brand. Fans almost expect misdirection, fake outs, and also carefully worded interviews. Even trailers are treated with suspicion, as viewers know scenes may have been altered or removed to protect the story, something that we are already witnessing while one by one the teasers are coming out related to Doomsday. What could have felt controlling or restrictive has instead added to the sense of mystery and anticipation that surrounds each release. In an entertainment world where everything feels instantly accessible, Marvel's ability to keep secrets has become its quiet superpower. By hiding the truth not just from the audience but from its own stars, the studio preserves something increasingly rare, the joy of genuine surprise. And when the lights turn dim and the screens come alive, even the superheroes don't always know what's about to happen next. And on to our next segment of Popcorn Pick of the Week, we will be talking about much anticipated, much awaited Stranger Things finale. Here's my unfiltered truth about it. The finale of Stranger Things feels less like the end of a season and more like the closing of a chapter that knows it will be remembered long after the lights go up. By the time the last episode fades out, the show is not just wrapping up plot lines, it's confronting its own legacy as a cultural phenomena that grew up alongside its audience. What began as a nostalgic sci-fi mystery about missing kids on bicycles has, in its finale, transformed into something darker, heavier, and emotionally more ambitious. One of the most striking things about the finale is its refusal to play safe. Yes, Stranger Things has always balanced horror, cinema, but with heart. But here, the horror finally leaves permanent marks. Hawkins no longer feels like a playground for supernatural adventures. It feels wounded, fractured, and fundamentally changed. The Upside Down is no longer a distant nightmare that can be sealed away by closing just a gate. It has bled into the real world, and that choice alone gives the finale a weight the series has not fully embraced before. The sense that actions have consequences and that victory comes at a cost lingers long after the episode ends. Emotionally, the finale leans heavily on its characters, and for the most part, that gamble pays off. The younger cast, once defined by wide-eyed wonder and quick banter, now carry grief, fear, and responsibility in their performances. There's a quiet sadness in watching them realize that childhood is truly over, not because they've grown older, they are looking a bit mature, but because the world around them has become too dangerous to remain innocent. The show understands that the real monster is not just Vecna or the Upside Down, but the loss of safety and certainty. The old characters too are given moments that feel earned rather than forced. The finale takes time to slow down amid the chaos, allowing relationships to breathe. These pauses do matter. They remind us why the fight is happening in the first place. In a series packed with supernatural spectacle, it's still the human connections that hit the hardest. When the finale chooses silence over music or a lingering look over the dialogue, it shows a confidence that Stranger Things has grown into over the years. Visually, the episode is ambitious to the point of excess, but it mostly justifies its scale. The action sequences are grand, sometimes overwhelming, yet they serve the story rather than overshadowing it. The contrast between the ruined Hawkins and the creeping presence of the Upside Down and Mind Flayer is unsettling in a way that feels more apocalyptic than anything the show has attempted before. This is not the glossy nostalgia of the early seasons, it's something closer to dread, tinged with inevitability. That said, the finale is not without flaws though. Its length, while allowing for emotional depth, occasionally stretches moments thinner than necessary. Some of the parts did not look very perfect. Some scenes linger longer than their impact demands, and some of the scenes ended very quickly. The constant escalation risks numbing the viewer to danger. There's also a sense that the show, aware of its massive fan base, sometimes hesitates to fully let go. A few narrative choices feel designed to keep doors open rather than to slam them shut with conviction. Still, what ultimately makes the Stranger Things finale work is the understanding of the tone. It does not try to outdo itself with a neat conclusion or a comforting resolution. Instead, it leaves the story in an uneasy place, one that reflects the emotional state of its characters and also of its audience. Hope exists, but it's fragile. Victory feels temporary, the future is uncertain. As a finale, it succeeds not because it answers every question, but because it respects the journey. It acknowledges how far these characters have come and how much they have lost along the way. Stranger Things ends its latest chapter not with nostalgia, but with resolve, signaling that the story is heading towards an ending that will demand even more courage, sacrifice, and honesty. For a show that began as a love letter to the past, that forward-looking bravery might be its most impressive achievement yet. Now it's time for Entertainment Wrap of the Week, where we get you the most entertaining headlines from across the globe, jotted down at one place. Let's take a look. Relief in sight for film Jananayagan as Madras High Court directs CBFC to issue UNA certificate to the film. No further date has been announced by the makers yet. CBFC is planning to contest the Madras High Court's order. Viral song Fasla's singer Flipperachi has spoken about his song's success and hinted at a possible return in Dhurandhar Part 2. Katrina Kaif and Vicky Kaushal, who welcomed their baby boy in November 2025, have shared the update on their young chap's name. In a joint post, the couple revealed their son's name as Vihan Kaushal. Shawn Mendes confirms romance with Neymar Jr.'s ex-girlfriend Bruna Marquezine during Los Angeles outing. Janhvi Kapoor's rumored boyfriend Shikhar Paharia liked post taking digs at Kartik Aaryan over the recent controversy. Toxic's teaser is out. The makers of the much-anticipated gangster film finally unveiled the first glimpse into the film's dark and gory world as a special treat for Yash's fans, releasing it on actor's 40th birthday. At a trailer launch event of his upcoming web series Taskari, Imran Hashmi confesses that he used to be called out at immigration checks several times. Priyanka Chopra introduced her Bloody Mary character from her upcoming project The Bluff on Instagram. She can be seen stepping into a brutal, blood-soaked world with The Bluff. Dhurandhar is now the highest-grossing film in Hindi ever, according to its makers. The Ranveer Singh star beat Pushpa 2's dubbed version for the honour. BTS star Jungkook reveals he's eating one meal a day, focusing on health and routine as he prepares for BTS's upcoming album and solo goals. And last but not the least, it's time for Crispy Chats of the Week. Some interesting conversations lined up for you. Take a look. Hi everyone, speaking to this episode of Pastry here at News9 is, how do I say, a young sensation, a rock star. Everybody's love, Anushka Sen. Thank you so much, Anushka, for speaking to News9. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. Thank you for such a lovely intro.
So I have been spotting a lot of your posts on Instagram. Chameleon, it's sounding very intriguing. It's a very catchy tune. Tell us more about it.
So Chameleon is my first single that is now out everywhere. The music video is out and we all have put our heart and soul into it. This is something that I'm doing independently for the first time. And it's a song that is a personal story. It's a song that I love personally and my fans have shown so much love and support to the song. So I am just over the moon. I'm very happy today.
That's really nice. And there is a K cinema bid also coming up, which is lined up. If you could highlight a couple of details about that as well, because Korean fans are certainly very, very excited. And in India, people are nowadays watching a lot of K-drama, K-movies, following a lot of K-products. So this is something that they've been waiting for.
I know, and that's why I have been speaking about this for so long, and it's been 3 years that project has been happening. But today I really want to speak about this song because that's something that has happened just right now. And all my Korean fans, I'm pretty sure that just like how you supported me in my K-cinema journey, you guys love K-pop. So this is Indian pop. This is actually Indian pop in collaboration with someone from America, Ken Lewis. So it's a global project. So everyone loves music and just like me, I am so much into Korean pop myself and Indian music. So it's just beautiful that there's a song out there now which is like a global project. So all the fans, please do go hear it and let me know how you feel about it.
So you drew the parallels between K-pop and Indian pop, and this happens to be your first solo project, singing-wise as well. I want to understand from you, what was that inspiration that you took, and which group is your favorite group from where you got inspired?
Oh, I get inspiration from everyone. In fact, when it comes to music, actually, my first inspiration is my mom because she's my first teacher who taught me music when I was really, really, really young. She's someone who's done Visharad in music, and just to be able to, put my music out, I think she's the happiest person right now. So she's my first inspiration. When it comes to music and groups in general, I think India also has so many groups to offer. There's so many independent artists in India who are, there was I think a show recently and they were all performing and I felt so proud. When it comes to Korea, there's so many. I mean, there's BTS, there's Blackpink, and I just absolutely adore them.
That's really nice. Anushka, if I could ask you about your journey, because you have excelled really well on the television. You did a couple of films. Now you are a sensation amongst the youngsters and they take you as an inspiration as well. How has the journey been for Anushka Sen if you look a couple of years back?
It's been a wonderful 15 years of my life, and I'm just really grateful that I've learned so much along the way. When it comes to the music and the song, whole thing starting out at this point is really special because my first song is inspired by the journey that we are talking about. How how beautiful it is that when I started out, I had no idea where this is going to go, and it started with TV and then ad films, and then it was constantly changing. The situations were constantly changing, and I was just trying to adapt, just like the chameleon. So it's just really wonderful that I got to work on one project after the other, and then I gained so many fans who have followed my work since the very beginning, and to be able to just evolve constantly and grow with my whole fandom, I think is a very wonderful feeling. So yeah, I'm really really grateful. But even though there's been 15 years of my life already out there and working, there's a whole long way to go that I still have to do, and I'm so excited to see what comes next.
That's really sweet. And also, I want to ask you, was there any personal life anecdote that you have put in Chameleon that real life Anushka Sen resonates with?
Yes, I think the entire song is a personal anecdote because Chameleon was actually inspired by the thought of how, when I was a child, there were different situations, and it's actually something that everyone can relate to. When you start out in your life, situations are constantly changing, and you, as a human being, are just trying to adapt and do your best to be able to blend into your circumstances and just shine through. So I'm just really happy that we're trying to change. Girgit ki tarah rang badalta hai, to be able to show off your colors when you're feeling wild, just like a chameleon. They change their spots, they evolve, they constantly reinvent themselves. So that whole reinvention, the whole evolving within yourselves and just moving forward, that is a personal anecdote from my life, my career, and me as a human being that I've been able to put in the song.
A lot of people, especially girls, do see you as their inspiration. What would be your message to them if they are also, eyeing at becoming the next Anushka Sen or their individual selves?
Oh no, I am just so grateful. Whenever I hear that, it just makes me feel like, I had goosebumps right now when you said that. I just hope that you follow your dreams. It's going to get hard, it's going to get tough, and it's supposed to be that way. It's going to be like you're going to feel like, why is this happening? Why is this not working out the way I want it to? But it's because God has bigger and better plans, and you're just supposed to walk that road, maybe alone, but you go through it, and there's the only way you can succeed is going through it, facing it, and just evolving through it. And I really hope that you follow your heart and all your dreams come true.
That's so sweet. And since you have spoken about hardships, you have spoken about how to maneuver through it, what were some of the biggest challenges that you have faced in your life, and what was that one trick to come out of it?
I mean, when you talk about challenges and hardships, I think we all go through so much. I was a child actor, so I started off very young. So you're, anyways, learning and understanding what is happening because this is very new, this is very different, this is something that I never thought that I'll be doing. So every project, every time I was working on something, I was learning, and I was like, okay, this is how we act, okay, this is how we say our dialogues, and this is what happens when you do a show, or this is what happens when you do Khatro Ke Khiladi. So my life has been full of challenges. I wouldn't say that it would put me down, it would only make me stronger, that okay, this situation has happened, small to big situations, and I was just constantly like, this is my challenge and I have to evolve from it. So yeah, and the only trick to come out of it is, like I said, to face it and give your best, and then you come out of it.
Thank you so much for speaking to News9. It was a lovely chat. All right, that's all we have to pack it up on the show as of now. Do stay tuned to page 3 here at News9. I'll see you next week with much more entertaining headlines, gossips, and stories. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.